filling up right now. This should be a cheap thing, but it isn't. Because there's a fuel shortage here. It's hard to find premium fuel. So I finally found it. And I need this before I can take my road trip, obviously. Looking good inside, look at that. I'm not a fan of these lines that are in the window, and that's from the radio antenna. I wish that wasn't there. It kind of looks nasty. Tint really makes it stand out more. But maybe we can change the tint. I don't know. Alright, when this is full, we'll head out. Alright. That was 10 gallons. So let's go ahead and I think we reset the average here. Boom. And then we're going to reset the average speed, of course. Yep. Okay. Perfect. And from here, we'll go. We will hit the road. I'm in first, break off. Let's go. Eventually. Perfect timing. All right. So I just got really good entertainment. I was like, is there a CD in here? And I'm like, oh my God, there's a CD. And the previous owner forgot a CD, and it happens to be the Last of the Mohicans, which is a great metaphor for the manual or the hatchback. Oh my God, you let me know. That's hilarious. All right, I had my breakfast, had my coffee, got my water here, and we are ready to go. This is the beginning of the trip. Forgot to put my foot on the clutch. All right. So, 9:50 a.m.-ish, and oh yes, let the nav rise. We're gonna head to Texas. I don't know how long it will take, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right. Boom, heading towards Atlanta. Officially official. I know I kind of struggled around. I just had been traveling so much, so I wanted to make sure I had everything kind of in order before hitting the road, and here we go. And pretty 80 degrees outside, pretty nice. And when I left Texas, it was raining, so we'll see if it's still raining. And yeah, should be pretty effortless. It's a really quiet car from what I can gather so far. I'm enjoying it. So this should be a pretty decent road trip. So now is a good time to discuss why I got a Volvo C30. Basically, you look at the reviews and they go, oh yeah, the Volvo C30, that's basically the Ford Focus RS Mark II that we never got in the US, but it's also the Mazda 3. And then if you look at the old reviews go, you know, the handling on the Volvo is not that good in the corners, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's nonsense, because you can easily put on Ford Focus RS parts or Mazda 3 speed parts and modify the suspension in the C30 to make it feel just like those cars, because they're the same. And 60% of the components are shared anyway. So why would the Volvo be worse? But you gotta look at it on the flip side. I don't have many canyon roads to drive in Texas. I have highways, and that's where this car shines. You can just basically get from point A to point B, which takes hours, and do it comfortably, because these seats are amazing. Volvo has the best seats in the business. So I invested in this car to have just a spare car, and also my big project is save the manuals. So that's it. I have a car that's pretty much turnkey. I'm gonna detail it and maybe put a Polestar tune on it, and that's about it. There's nothing else this thing really needs. And yeah, so I figured shoot the road trip. I know you guys all like my road trip videos, and right now we're still in South Carolina, mile marker 18. We got a ways to go. We're about like 160 miles from Atlanta. I got my nav screen system up over there. I have my Bluetooth streaming through the stereo with a dongle, And this model year, you can't stream the Bluetooth music to the stereo, but you can Bluetooth obviously to the phone because we have phone buttons and stuff. So yeah, pretty enjoyable trip. And yeah, I haven't done a road trip like this in a long time, and things feel the same here. I lived here years and years ago, and it just has not changed. So some things have, but it's just sort of like more buildings, bigger buildings, whatever, bigger trees, but in the end, it's all the same. But this road trip is trees and green, like stuff you don't see often. After spending so much time in your hometown, it's good to get something different. So, all right, let's go for a pass here. Bye-bye, slacker. So yeah, this thing can pick it up quite well. Very nice. Lovely scenery. All right. Oh, I forgot to mention, I don't have blind spot monitoring, and I don't have automatic dimming mirrors because they're manually dimmable with that dimmer switch. And the visibility out here is great. So it's, for having never driven one and buying one blind, it's quite the brave thing to do. But what I'm trying to say is, with that cars and bids site, when it's an enthusiast selling cars to an enthusiast, I think there's no shadiness going on, and I think that the way that they vet out or filter the cars on Cars and Bids before they post them, I think that makes a big difference. And yeah, so far so good. It's great to have a map there, you know, so you can see where you are. I can scale in, scale out, all that. But I think this is the state line. Yeah, the Seneca River, blah, blah, blah reservoir. Nice. Very nice. Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, we're now crossing into Georgia, but I don't know. It's been years since I've done this. Does that sign say anything? No hint, no hint. Missed the sign completely. Man, these people just drive like asshats. Alright, what's next? What's next? Rest stop. Oh, we have 11 miles to go. Okay, I'll catch up with you in 11. Alright, mile marker 2, and we're actually just passing out of Fairplay, South Carolina, which happens to be, at least it was in the past many times, the cheapest place to buy gas in the entire country. So I haven't seen any of the prices here, and maybe we should just pull off and check. I don't think it's relevant because of the whole pipeline issue. Oh, and I'm behind a Viper. Hello, Viper. It's kind of cool. So it's always a fine line between like getting there and getting there. So it's like, do I really want to stop at these places? Well, when you're driving solo, such as I am, there's nobody else in the car, basically, you know, you need to stretch your legs, you need to kind of like get moving, and the best thing you can do is take a break. So even if it's just for 5 minutes, yes, all the traffic you passed will be passing you. You'll catch up to them. It's not a race though. But the visitor center is always a nice place to stop. Usually it's pretty clean because it's the visitor center. And then from there, you know, you just get what you need and do your thing. And then you can go on your way. I have the hiccups now. Alright, parking right here looks good. Excellent. Actually, I will put it in gear while it's parked. I love that shutdown sound. Alright. Put my shoes back on. Complicated, I know. I also don't wear lace shoes so that it's easier to get the shoes on and off. Just like going through the airport. Boom. Looking good. This one ding, that's it. And a couple scratches on the bumper, but not bad, not bad. All right, walk it in. All right, you know you've spent too much time in places like Austin when you look up and you go, okay, men and women right, and if you're undecided, you go left. No, that's the information booth. All right, let's get out of here. Yes, it's dirty, I know. All right. Cool. All right, gonna hit the road. I don't know what the ETA is for anything, but it's just gonna be one of those days. We're just gonna keep going. This thing hauls ass. That's fourth gear. Fifth. Sixth. Wow. It just doesn't sound like it's doing much. It's just effortless. So no wonder why people tune it. They want just a little bit more excitement out of it. I'm not dull or bored from it, but I can only imagine what kind of aftermarket exhaust or some kind of headers, catback, blah blah blah. Let me know what you think. I'm open. I want to keep it original, but I wouldn't mind changing it to be a little bit more badass. It's a beautiful day. We're all moving along nicely. We've got a good cadence going. There's some good lane discipline happening, and the Volvo is just kicking ass here. Never have to downshift, so that's good. It's just got torque on tap on the highway at all times. It's 6th gear. It reminds me of that Volkswagen Jetta TDI that I had. Never had to change gears the whole way. Across the whole country with 6th gear. So I'm looking forward to going through Atlanta, but it's already 11, and it feels like 10 because I got in yesterday, but if I pass Atlanta without getting lunch, then I have to go to Alabama, all the way between Atlanta and Birmingham. There's most likely nothing except for that Mercedes factory where they make all the the GLS, the GLC, the GLB, GLE models. And I guess I'll have to stop for lunch in Atlanta and then maybe swing by the Mercedes factory and see what's going on over there. I don't know. We'll see. But it's a Friday and I don't have an appointment. I don't know if it's possible. But that's it. No real plans other than to keep going. So we'll keep going. Man, this thing just kicks ass. And these people are hauling ass too. This is the way it should be. This is the way it needs to be. People are doing it right today. It's good. I just realized there's a brand new M4 right there. And it looks pretty badass at certain angles, like right there maybe. It's pretty cool though. Good color, quad tailpipes, carbon fiber roof. Pretty legit. Not too far from Atlanta right now, and I got the cruise control set. You can see because it says cruise on right there. If you can't see it through the glare, there you go. So just under 80. I'm so used to seeing like a redundant digital display to show my exact speed. I forgot back in the day you just kind of round things around to 5 miles an hour. And I got the sunroof vent up, got the fresh air on, and I'm just kind of like actually tired. All that travel, all that lag stuff is catching up to me, so hopefully I can power through this during lunch and get on through Georgia as safely as possible and as quickly as possible. And yeah, so we're near Atlanta. I think once we get through Atlanta, we're about an hour from the state line to Alabama. And then it's Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. And they're about 180 miles wide, Louisiana and Mississippi are. So 500, 600, 700 miles to go, maybe. I haven't actually punched in an address on the nav. When you turn it on, there's like two modes. I can actually control it here, right, through those things, and so I can actually use the hand on the steering wheel, go like this, go back. I can set it off, stuff like that, and it will shut down. Pretty cool. So you don't have to look at it all the time. You can just keep it off. And if you turn it off, it doesn't turn back on until you turn it on. So that's good. We have some wood chips all over the freeway here, which is great. Turn my cruise off temporarily here. I don't know where this stuff's coming from, but we're gonna have to get around it. It's unacceptable. And yep. Oh, I think I see the truck. This is nasty. Luckily, they're wood chips and not rocks. Okay. A real quick top tip here for those who want to do a road trip in the summer. When you are going west, you want to make sure on the left side of the vehicle, so the driver's side of the vehicle, everyone will be in the sun like this, and so there should be light clothing where there shouldn't be any dark, don't wear dark colored clothing because you'll get burning up in the sun, and you'll try and use the AC to compensate for that. And what is that? That's a motorcycle trailer on a Miata. Okay. Different. Anyway, you don't want to overdo the AC, but although you do have dual zone here, it's just easier to wear a light colored shirt like that, so you're not burning up in the sun. It'll be the entire way, especially because I'm on the south side of the vehicle driving during the day, so I'll have the sun on me the whole time. You gotta dress accordingly. Oh, not even Atlanta, but you're at Atlanta, close to Atlanta, close enough at least, when you start going 15 miles an hour in traffic. What's with the glare? I don't see that glare on the real life. Anyway. Yep, here we are, traffic. This is what Atlanta's famous for. And it's like 10 lanes wide. Well, it will be. So, yep. I might not use the camera through downtown or wherever we're gonna be, because this is so risky. So long, Interstate 85. It's been fun. Not.
85 south toward Birmingham.
Okay, we're getting back on 285. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So then we'll hit the 20. So this feels a lot more upscale and unique than Charlotte did, that's for sure. It's much more of a big city here in Atlanta. And yeah, Sonesta, interesting. So we're just getting through and working our way, and then I'm gonna end up taking a quick break, refuel myself, and maybe even refuel here, because I'm not sure what the situation is for fuel. It was hard going to every QT and seeing that they only had 87 octane, And I'm not sure if the previous owner was only able to find 87 on the way down, but the car definitely feels much more peppy than it did when I drove it last night. So I've
1/2 mile ahead. Keep left onto I-285 south toward Birmingham.
On the nav system, I can actually I can change the voice to male or female. So I never really had a male nav voice, just trying to try it out. It sounds kind of hipster a little bit. But what was I saying earlier? I don't remember. Oh yeah, the fuel. So I've been putting 93 octane in here. I filled it up for the start of the trip, and now we're almost at half tank. And range, let's see what the range is. Averaging 26.9. I've been kind of lead footing it. 295 miles on day. So yeah, I just want to keep filling up as I can, because I don't want to get stuck, especially in a place like Mississippi or Louisiana. Mainly because there's so many gaps between exits when you end up in that swampy area. All right. Cool buildings. Atlanta is where they had the 1996 Olympics. And if you go to old downtown area, you'll see the torch and stuff. And yeah, it's very corporate over here, very corporate. They have indoor skydiving here as well, just like they do in Dallas and Austin. iFly? Yeah, iFly. They're everywhere now. And the ride on this car is very smooth on these rough roads. The R-Design suspension seems to take it quite well. What I would probably clinch for, I'm like, is actually just very smooth. So compared to the BMW Roadster I have, this thing just seems to be punishing the road rather than the road punishing me. And now we're completely stopped. Most of us are. So yeah, not too far from the exit, but man, painful, especially when it's just been travel. So, and my allergies are okay, despite everything floating around in the air here. Even though I didn't take any allergy medication with me, I was just in such a rush and excitement to get here to just pack only clothes. I also just realized it's a Friday, so it's probably a lot of weekend traffic too. That was second gear. Not a lot of exhaust noise. Nothing to note. Alright, we get off real soon, Finally stopping for lunch. Alright, this will be a short one, hopefully. Which way do we go? Hopefully we go left. Hopefully we go left. Do we go left? Do we go left? Do we go left? I'm gonna guess left. Because why guess right? Couldn't see the sign, it was blocked by the truck. That's alright, I don't care. We can just turn around and do whatever. Wow, look at that.
1/10 of a mile.
A Toyota dealer with no cars.
Make a U-turn.
They have very few cars. Wow, these are all Highlanders. Crazy, it's just empty. Wow, all the way through that whole parking lot. Empty, 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 empty. Wow, so I guess, I don't know, that doesn't explain much for the Toyota not being affected by the chip shortage. Weird. So we're in somewhere Georgia near Six Flags, Cobb County, something like that. I don't know. And that's carnage right there with the chip shortage. Wow. Yep, I should have gone right. Made the U-turn, and now I'm with all the other corporate crap here. So I'm just gonna grab something safe. Safe bet would be probably Wendy's. Oh, a Ford dealer. All right, so there's a Ford dealer as well for carnage. Boom, kind of empty. Not looking good here in Georgia, Atlanta area. Boom, inlined at Wendy's. Yeah, it is what it is. 89 degrees outside, and I'm very thankful that the AC works, which is, you know, risky to buy a car sight unseen at an auction of car enthusiasts to other car enthusiasts and assume that I can get through at Georgia in, well, it's May, not even June, and it's 89 degrees, and the sunroof is closed, the windows are closed, in a black on black car. Yeah, I totally didn't even think about that. Okay, my turn to go. All right. Pardon me. Lunch is done. All right, I'm gonna go throw that away, and across the way behind us, way through there, is QT. So I'm gonna take the trash out and then go to that gas station right there and see if they have any premium fuel, because I have a half tank-ish, and I'd like to keep it at that level, just in case. You never know, especially when you're solo. All right, let's go. Man, this place is full. And I need to get to one of these pumps. There you go. I'll go around. Waffle House. Yep. They have fuel. Excellent. I'm used to a reverse light or a reverse camera coming on when I'm in reverse, so I know I'm in reverse. That's funny. Alright. Get my shoes on and stuff. It's a good time to show you the exhaust tips, parking sensors. It did say in the auction that this was kind of chewed up, so I priced this out. This is about $100, and then it still has the original bumper on it. It's just that it's been sort of just thrashed here slightly, but not a big deal. Factory hatch. All the numbers are on here. It's all good. All right, that was it. Done. It makes me nervous to have to cross several states that have a gas shortage. A shortage that isn't a shortage. They never actually acknowledge it. We've had it in Texas once. Back then I had a diesel, so totally unaffected. This is different. Okay. Yeah. I love that line too. By the way, the back seat, you access this way. Pretty roomy back here. Oh, I got a penny. The previous owner left me a penny. It looks comfortable. I mean, it's possible to sit back there. And no cup holders. Center armrest delete. No air vent. I mean, I don't know if I would do a road trip like this of this, but not back there. All right. Boom. Hit it again. I don't know how that's supposed to work. I have to clean these seats. What, like that? Let's try this. If I close the door, yeah, it did it now. There we go. Perfect. Racing truck, I guess. Cool. All right, I'll hit the freeway, catch up with you. All right, so the nav came back up there, and I'm just gonna go back into easy mode, just hit enter here on the steering wheel. And then, I don't know what this guy's doing. But then we're gonna go to the previous destination, so. Okay. Whatever.
No destination is set.
Well, I'll turn it back on. Catch you later. Okay, I'm outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and over here is a Hyundai dealer, and you could see that they might be affected by the chip shortage. They got some cars back there. It's not really a big lot, but I don't know, those don't look like new if I see a Suburban back there, and there's obviously employee parking, but these are all used cars. I don't see many new cars here on the Hyundai lot, so that's interesting. More affected here in Atlanta than Dallas, and that's probably because these lots are slightly smaller. But we have lots up there we'll look at too, the Chevy dealer and stuff. And we'll just kind of see as we go through all the states on the way back to Texas what everything here looks like. Kind of interesting to compare. Once this light turns green, there we go. There's a Volkswagen dealer over there on the left. Someone walking on the road here. Let's get out of the way. Okay, so Volkswagen. Honda. Can't really. Oh, I see nothing there. They got used cars. Okay, Nissan. This is the worst though. Chevrolet. Let's get past these trucks. So Chevrolet has just basically all used cars. Every Chevy dealer has just been totally obliterated. Traffic's moving here. John Thornton. We'll wait for things to move. I'll catch you in a second. Wow, they got nothing. Look how big that empty lot is behind all that stuff. Wow. And then up here is Ford.
0.3 of a mile ahead. Make a slight right turn onto I-20 west
Ford's empty.
toward Birmingham.
Wow. Okay. Getting on the freeway. Okay, back on the freeway, and this is serious. We're in this one for the long haul now. We are not stopping until we get to the state line of Alabama, and then just a rest, go for a little bit of walk, get back in the car, boom, go. And then we'll just keep doing this bam, bam, bam kind of stuff. I definitely want to get out of Alabama before nightfall. That's probably going to be easy. So here we are, just cruising, 6th gear, everything's set, let this guy pass, and then we'll start hauling. There you go, foot down, still in 6th gear, turbo's kicking in. Yeah, really kicking in now. Okay. Wow, that speed just climbs and the RPMs just don't do anything. It's funny. All right, on our way. Heading home. The road's definitely opening up now, and you know, I'm not going to go too fast here in Georgia, but it's definitely getting back into like open road, out of town kind of feeling, and it's going to be like this all the way. So at some point I think I will check the tire pressures. It's not that there's anything wrong, it's just that I never did, which I kind of want to make sure they're just not overinflated. You want to check them when they're cool. I didn't do it this morning, so I figure I'll add 3 psi, give or take, to see if they're in the range. I don't know what the range should be, but the manual's in there somewhere, so I think when I get to the Alabama state line, I'll stop at the rest stop, use the rest stop, and then check pressures and stuff like that. So always be sure to take a tire gauge with you, just to verify that you've got everything good and you're not having any issues. And I will also check the oil level as well. So we're moving right along here. Good stuff. It's too bad this isn't the Autobahn, because I'd be going even faster. Oh, Bremen. Maybe we are. We're near Germany already, are we? Bremen. So, cool. Maybe I should, yeah, this is fun when you just kind of like change, pass, change, pass, change, pass. And the suspension's very nice in here. Alright, I'm going back to listen to my Daft Punk. Catch you later. I'm not normally a looky loo, but we have some sort of a situation up here. Not sure what's going on. Everyone started slamming on their brakes. We were going quite well. We got a bike on the right. And a car on the left and people on the right. I guess just a little bit of a fender bender. Bunch of bikers. Yep. Something maybe? I don't know. Alright. It'd be nice if I could move over. I think that line there is the state line, so we're almost in Alabama. This guy's a little crazy, so we're just gonna go this way. He can screw himself. Basically, we are going to be in Alabama. Great. There we go. Alabama state line. Wow, welcome to Alabama. Okay, the rest stop is right through here, so let's go. Let's go, people. 1 mile to the rest area. Cool, we'll just chill here. Getting off. Alabama's interesting, you know, it's beautiful. And I know some people from Alabama, or at least went to school in Alabama. And yeah, lots of trees, lots of green space, fresh air.
Keep left.
No, I'm gonna go right. See, passenger cars. So we have to go up and around and all the way over. Starting to do that. Pretty cool picnic areas and stuff. Just kind of get off the road. Really convenient, especially if traffic's terrible. This is completely different from those German rest stops where you just take a hike into the trees and take a leak and then get back in the car. They're uber efficient over there. Okay, so I will catch up with you as soon as I park and get back. Boom. All right. I think the screen goes down at one point. Is it when I open the door, does it go down? Yep. That's so cool. Reminds me of those screens that come down from the overhead bins in the airplanes. It's funny, but in inverse. Talk about a rest area, huh? Get some relaxation in. I think that park bench would be calling my name for like an afternoon nap. Just pass out right there. Pass out. Oh, yes. Oh. Wow.